in action. We were off last Wednesday because my producer was not feeling under the weather, but everybody's fine and dandy today. Are you fine and dandy, Sticker Kid?
No.
No? Sticker Granddaughter, are you okay?
No.
No? Well, I'm getting a lot of no's.
Yeah, it's usual. It's normal.
Sticker Kid and I got our Paul McCartney shirts on in celebration of Paul McCartney's 83rd birthday. Can you say happy birthday?
No.
The Brian Wilson that we lost last week would have been 83 in a couple of days. He was born almost within a couple days of Paul McCartney. Two geniuses were born almost the same time in music history.
No.
What's going on out there?
Holly White said, "Hi everyone. Hope you are happier, better, Travis."
Yep. I
A
think he's
little,
doing better.
Yeah.
Holly and Patricia, how you doing?
a little Widow's Corner said, "Hi everybody. Travis, we hope you are well." No, he's sick.
Whatever.
I went to a estate sale with Kevin from Kevin Records earlier today. And here's a few of the things I got a hold of from 1978. This hung in a record store in 1978 for California Jam 2. It's like a 3D display. And the groups were Dave Mason, Santana, Frank Marino, and Mahogany Rush, Aerosmith, Ted Nugent, and Hart. Pretty nice. And I got the souvenir program when you went to the weekend show. Well, it might have been, I don't know if it was just one day, March 18th, 1978. And this is the program at the Ontario Motor Speedway. See if I can open it up. See if they got some pictures of the band.
Do the comments.
Thomas Crook said, "Hello everyone.
How you doing, Thomas Crook?
Glad Travis is feeling better." T-shirt Express said, "Hi peeps."
How you doing,
Uncle
Polly from T-Shirt Express?
Paul said, "Happy Saturday."
T-Shirt Express. He's got what did you just put up today? You put up a 6-inch plastic 3D statue of the Beatles butcher cover. It's up on his T-Shirt Express eBay store.
Did you hear what Uncle Paul said?
What?
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, Uncle Paul.
Kevin W. said, "Kevin Wood from El Cogno, California says hello. Love your show."
All right, Kevin. There's your new to the chat.
Mike,
So these two, Mikey Arugula's here.
yeah, he's trying to say hi.
So these two California Jam items I'd sell for $175 shipped if anybody's interested in them.
Brad Parnell said, "Nice to see you again."
How you doing? I saw Brad at the store a few hours ago.
Was it still packed?
No.
Erica, she said it was packed this morning.
And we got two other promo items from 1978. The Sgt. Pepper album. Sgt. Pepper Lonely Hearts Club Band, the movie soundtrack. And this is a promo item. There were more cutouts than there were on sold albums on these. They made way too many, and it was in the cutout bin for years and years. But this is a no cutouts on them. Has a poster and has a white label promo album. RSO. That was Robert Stigwood. I don't know what the O stand for. Robert Stigwood. He almost took the place of Brian Epstein when Brian Epstein died and became the manager of the Beatles. But I don't think the Beatles were too thrilled on having Robert Stigwood as our manager. And this hung in a record store in 1978 to promote the Sgt. Pepper Lonely Heart Club's band with Peter Frampton and the Bee Gees, LP and 8-track tape.
Is this a towel?
The underneath it, yeah.
Can I take
And
it?
I'd sell those two for the album and the rare promo poster for $125 shipped.
T-shirt Express, you said you guys, the package is arriving for you on Monday.
All right.
And then Brad pronounced I got the Sgt. Pepper soundtrack on cassette back in the day.
Back in the day.
Can I take this towel to the beach?
No.
All right. That was our 1978 things we got from the estate sale today. This was just on the table, my tapestry for the Beatles, Abbey Road.
That's a towel.
What else did I get at the estate sale today? Got some Who
No,
items.
fix Fix the bottom.
Why?
So it looks good.
Just looks like that.
Oh, look, it's fixed.
No, hush it.
You want it to look clean.
No.
Got this factory sealed. Probably a second pressing because it got a gold record award, but it's on Decca for the Tommy Who factory sealed, and it's got the hype sticker for, says deluxe package, includes the booklet and the hit singles I'm Free and Pinball Wizard. Pretty nice, from 1970. I got a factory sealed The Who 4 CD box set of 30 years of maximum R&B, rhythm and blues. Maximum, I mean, that's pretty means they were hard rock. Tour program from the 1976 tour of The Who, the last time that they had all 4 original members with Keith Moon. It's a die cut. Cup that was when you bought a soda at the Who concert in 1976. You got that plastic cup. In a 1978 when picture discs were real big of the Who Are You. That was the last Who item that they ever had Keith Moon on their the picture with the band.
Is tonight a giveaway?
No, we're doing that.
No giveaway tonight.
We're doing the
Wednesday.
butcher cover Wednesday, but you won't be here.
We're only 10 subscribers away
Yeah, I
from
will.
giving this away. The stereo West Coast butcher cover.
So you gotta work at that.
I got to come up with 3 difficult questions. I might have to send an email to Perry Cox to get something pretty difficult. Can't have them too easy.
Wait, is that for the 2.5K?
Yeah,
Well,
we're 10 away. We're gonna go
We're
ahead
10
and do it.
away we get from 2,500. I'm sure we'll be pretty close to that. We'll give it away on Wednesday when we have Every Little Thing Beatles episode number 8 with Mikey Arugula. We're going to focus on the Beatles touring years.
Don't touch me. Stop touching me.
You better get in your mood, you know.
I'm thirsty.
Trying to go, but you think like a girl.
Touring years, 1963. That's one of the first programs when the Beatles opened up for Chris Montez and Tommy Rowe in England. And they opened up for Roy Orbison also. Got this in today, original ticket stub for their biggest concert. First big concert, 55,000 at Shea Stadium. That's a 1966 tour program where I've had the Candlestick tickets several times. And that's what me and Mikey Arugula will be talking about on Wednesday. All right, let's put the Who things away. Got any questions?
You want
Y'all like my outfit?
vitamin water?
Chaperone.
No, I want to get it myself.
Huh?
I want to get it myself.
Well, go get it and then come up with a Father's Day joke because it is
Never
Father's
mind, I
Day
don't
weekend.
want it. I don't want to get water.
All right, a few other things I got today. Here's a rest in peace, Brian Wilson. The song that This and God Only Knows is being played pretty much nonstop right now. I Get Around, I think, is a triple play. One of my favorite songs, I Get Around. I love the performance on Ed Sullivan's show. Brian Wilson's in that performance. And then the advertisement for Pet Sounds.
Of course, you knew here. I figured it'd be Uncle Paul. She put knock knock, and Uncle Paul said, "Who's there?" So like, yeah, here goes the comment. She's starting something.
I deleted it.
He wants to joke. You got
Picture sleeve for Sloop John B. That was on Pet Sounds. Brian Wilson looks like he's asleep on the couch next to his favorite friend and cousin of all lifetime, Mike Love. That's kind of a joke. And California Girls, another one of those bangers for all time. Picture sleeve for California Girls, and one more, Help Me Rhonda. Pretty much Brian Wilson sings most of the lead vocals on Help Me Rhonda. Tribute to Brian Wilson.
What the heck?
Got this at the estate sale today. Kiss Originals. 1970. Most of this estate sale, I think, was had to do with late 70s today. There was a whole room of Kiss, and there was a whole bedroom full of Lord of the Rings.
And the DC too. They
And
was pretty,
These got their first 3 Kiss albums in it. Their first album. Second album, Hotter Than Hell. And I guess the third album was Dressed to Kill. I'd sell that Kiss Originals for, it's in very good plus condition, I'd sell it for $75. First pressing of the Kiss Originals.
read Mikey's and then come back to Brad.
Mikey said we should celebrate Paul's birthday on Wednesday's show, not touring years.
All right, if that's what we want to do, we can. I'll just show a few things of the touring things, and we'll concentrate on Paul McCartney. Good idea.
I do the Brad.
Brad Pernell said, just saw a wonderful video where George Martin is sitting in the studio with Brian Wilson and deconstructing God Only Knows. You could hear Carl's vocals by themselves.
But that's pretty interesting. There's been a lot of videos out there. Somebody from England going on about how
Don't look at me like that.
Good Vibrations is is still relevant today. I mean, it still sounds not dated at all. And Good Vibrations is one of the best power pop songs of all time. Good Vibrations.
Don't
You got a
touch
joke?
me.
You got your Beatles hat on.
Don't touch me.
You got on a joke?
No.
No jokes?
Well, I did a joke.
Good for you. I don't care. Yeah.
Mikey said his birthday's that day. I thought you said his birthday's today, ain't it?
I thought it was the 14th. Mikey, am I wrong? Is his birthday Wednesday or is it today?
You don't know your freaking person's birthday.
I heard it was today. Everybody told me I should do a shout out on the chat because
Brad
his birthday.
said 18th. Uncle Paul said Wednesday. Yeah, so it's Wednesday. It ain't today.
All right, sorry about that. Apologize. I made a mistake. Somebody led me wrong in the chat.
I am a mistake.
Clearly.
This is a 1983 Rolling Stones Schmuzzle Puzzle. Got that up on my STICKERMANIA 2853 eBay store. It is up for sale on my STICKERMANIA 2853 eBay store. Not put together. Schmuzzle Puzzle. They must have put out a lot of different artists at that time. You notice that Bill Wyman is still in the group in 1983. Mikey would probably have liked this, but it already sold to Arthur.
Oh.
In the original shipping box. Open immediately, the Beatles Anthology Sneak Preview. I know how Mikey likes things in the original mailer or shipping box. It's made to look like a stack of Beatle albums. Only problem is they have some USA and some UK. It kind of some of it doesn't make sense, but it's mostly USA albums in there.
Okay. Kevin W. said today is the 60th anniversary of Beatles 4. Any stories about that album?
Which one?
Beatles 4.
Beatles 6?
Yeah, I think he spelled that wrong because he put the I in front of the B, and that's
Beatles 6.
Okay, well, I guess it's Beatles 6.
Yep. This is the binder with all the promo material inside.
Yeah, Mikey said he loves the box.
And it's got the, a sealed CD still in it. You don't get much more mint than that. 1996. Doesn't seem like a long time ago, but it is. Beatles 6. What you want? If you want to talk about Beatles 6, I thought it's pretty much the same as Beatles for Sale, I think.
It brings him back to that.
Beatles 6 is about the same tracks, I think, as Beatles for Sale.
Could we have a new discussion?
So on next Wednesday, I should have a sealed one of this from the 70s I'm getting in. And I'm going to do a seal to reveal to see if it has a -1, two-cut stereo pressing.
This was on your floor. What does it go to?
Me.
Mikey said get him one of those. What's he talking about? The box? Does he want one of those?
Oh, another one of those?
Take your index.
Yeah, and Kevin said he meant Beatles 6.
One more Beach Boys album I have with the hype sticker. This is from 1985 when Brian Wilson was back in the group, the Beach Boys, and has a hype sticker, Get You Back, California Calling, and She Believes in Love Again. There's Brian Wilson on the back with the boys.
Read Mikey out of it.
Mikey said,
You gotta say it right now.
Ove on the Beatles for Sale.
Yeah, but he's like saying, oh man, like he's still talking about the Beatles for sale. That's what he's trying to say, so you gotta acknowledge the comment in the right way.
Ove, I hate the Beatles for Sale.
No, it's not.
Oh, never mind.
But yeah, he wants that anthology box. Have you ever come across another one of those?
I have a source for it. I'll see if I can get you another one.
My head hurts.
Bleed Brad.
Brad Burnell said Beatles 6 has some songs from Beatles for Sale and some from Help.
Yep.
So it's not a new album. It's crazy.
It's the way USA, the United States put the albums in a different order. We want to talk about U.S. pressings versus foreign. I got a Abbey Road in from England. Excellent condition. Black inner sleeve. Look at that laminated cover there. And Gregory Fio, it has a nice spine too. This has got the apple aligned right, but you never seen a laminated cover in as good a shape as this Abbey Road from 1969 before. But as a bonus, it came all the way from England. He threw this in. The German pressing of Ringo from 1973. Never ever heard. I got another audiophile pressing now. The last album all four Beatles were on. Ringo from 1973. The Germans must have had the best mastering equipment at that time. And this is like light and day difference from the USA pressing of Ringo. And all the artists that are on this album, the besides the four Beatles, you got Harry Nilsson and Dr. John, Klaus Vorman, Billy Preston, Mark Bolan, Jim Keltner, goes on and on. Nicky Hopkins. What an audiophile pressing. 1973 Ringo. If you want to hear Ringo like you've never heard it before, $100 shipped. This Abbey Road's more expensive. It's $200 shipped. 1969 UK -2 -1 cut.
Novus Nick said peace, sticker family.
How you doing, Novus Nick? Haven't heard from you for a while.
Mikey said, how much was that mint anthology box?
It sold for $120. The first day I made a short on it, Arthur reached out to me and he bought it right away. I have some other anthology promo stuff coming, hopefully for next Wednesday. Here's some more things I got from the estate sale today. Got an Alice Cooper program from 2002. And he actually hand signed it in silver felt marker there on the front. Here's a little trivia question. Why was it tough if you had a backstage pass to see Alice Cooper in concert? I went and saw him in the 1990s. Why was it hard to get his autograph? Because at the after party, he wasn't there. Why did he retire early when he was on tour at this time? What did he have to do during the daytime every day after his show?
Brad Parnell said, if you want to see a great live performance, check out Mark Bolan and T-Rex do Bang a Gong on Midnight Express. It is wild. And
I think Elton John plays piano on early Bang a Gongs. So what was, why did Alice Cooper, why could he not hang around for the backstage after party after a show?
Because he got banned.
What did he have to do the next morning? What was he addicted to? Nobody's going to come up with an answer?
Give him a second. Do the Mikey and the Dave Evans comments first, and then
Mikey said I will have him 300. Dave Evans said
he said he would have gave him 300 for the box.
Oh, well, maybe I'll try to get a hold of another one for you.
Dave Evans said, hi, Sticker family. Hope you're doing well.
All right. Nobody's got the...
Yeah, there's the answer. Mikey probably answered it. Go for
Put
it.
makeup on and off.
No, he was addicted to playing golf, so he retired he was a scratch golf player.
I would have never thought
and
that.
Every show, every town he went to, he played on a local golf course.
That's awesome, kind of. I think that's kind of cool.
Ringo Starr, we got this program today. This is the second 1990. Can't be 1992. But this isn't his original first one. This has got Burton Cummings and Dave Edmonds and Joe Walsh, his brother-in-law, and Todd Rundgren in the band. Program for Ringo Starr's All-Star Band. We're going to go see him, Ringo Starr, in the first week of September when he comes to Bourbon Beyond here at the Louisville Fairgrounds.
Who's going to come see him?
I mean, I'm going. I guess you can go if you want.
A couple other things we got at that estate sale today. Got a Near Mint Blondie album of Auto American. It's got the hype sticker for The Tide is High and Rapture. All these albums I'm showing to you are $25 shipped if you're interested in any of them. Blondie.
Are you okay?
Yep. Factory sealed.
You need water or anything?
No. Bob Welch, French Kiss. The big deal in 1978 to make picture discs. And I showed you the one for The Who already. This one's factory sealed, a Bob Welch, French Kiss.
Rapper?
Go ahead.
Brad Purnell's, I think I remember Alice Cooper over here playing golf at Fuzzy. Sawyer's charity.
Fuzzy's Zellers golf course.
Charity tournament
Yeah.
a long while back.
And then Mikey said he's still a golfer, and then he said just played Radio City.
Just what?
Played Radio City. I can talk.
You don't talk very plain.
I know. You got.
What do you mean to yell?
Your
Is
voice,
this better?
Your voice runs off there. Isn't that right, Sticker Kid? Are you seeing how many gloves you get on?
I'm just wondering why I have so many.
All these Wings of America items were in the estate sale today. The 3 LP set of Wings of America. This is the audiophile pressing, the first pressing to say mastered by Capitol and the Dead Wax. There's the tour program. One of the first shows I went to was Chicago Stadium, 1976. Paul McCartney was at his peak as far as being a performer.
He meant Ringo just played Radio City.
Oh, Radio City. Yeah, the rumors were that Paul McCartney was going to show up, but I don't think he did. Radio City Music Hall. Most of Paul McCartney's tour programs are easy to find, but not this Wings Over America. People have this held on to this one. Got all these Paul McCartney and Wings books. It's a hardback book. This is a softback Wingspan. And this is a hardback book that I think is hard to find. Linda McCartney's 60s Portraits of an Heir with Jimi Hendrix on the front. What year did that come out in? It was $40 originally.
You should have an illustration.
Year is 1992. Somebody's interested in all these Paul McCartney and Wings. All this would sell on $150 lot.
You know you're stretching out them gloves, right?
That's all right, they're all gloves. I got new ones on tonight. I got another pair of these, Mikey Arugula. I bought an extra one for you.
You should pay for them.
It ain't that much.
Anthology. We got another sealed Anthology 1.
You look like Mickey Mouse with the hand.
I'm not.
You got the big old hands like Mickey Mouse.
Brad Parnell said $150 for all that wing stuff.
Yes.
Still somewhere.
I can bring it to the store if you want to do a deal that way, Brad Parnell. So this is a sealed anthology from 1995. I got in line at Best Buy's down the road at midnight and got my CD box set and my sweatshirt. I did not buy that. They didn't have the vinyl album that quick. But this is a UK pressing. Big difference in sound again. The UK pressings sound so much better than the US. My buddy Kevin from Kevin Records tells me that they were on the currency was a little bit different, the current. And so by the time they sent the copy of the master tapes over the United States, it just wasn't the same fidelity as it was in the Abbey Road studios there in England.
When did you stand outside Best Buy?
I stood outside midnight to get this in 1995. That might have been before your time.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I was 15, so yeah, it was before your time.
Nicole said, "Hi, Frank and Sticker Kids."
How you doing, Nicole? This is what the Beatles at the beginning of their touring career in Hamburg. There was a Pete Best sign, Beatles item in the basement today, but it was been in the basement too long. And it had part of the brick of the cavern also. Don't think Pete Best is signing too many more autographs. Shout out to Chapel Chapel Roan, she's in Seattle, Washington tonight. Her show probably starts anytime now in Seattle, Washington. No, they're on different time zones, so probably a couple hours before she performs in Seattle, Washington. She's got 6 members in her band now. She's really got a rocking band now, and you should check out Chapel Roan's tour this year, but she's only going to be in the United States for a couple shows.
Oh wait, I'm wearing chaperone.
You got the backstage pass on, the lanyard.
Yep. I gotta go back.
So on the current UK charts, the #1 song now in England, the #1 song on Spotify, and probably the #1 song in the United States next week is Man-Child by Sabrina Carpenter.
Brad said poor Pete.
What?
Poor Pete.
Poor Pete.
What is
When he
it?
said Pete Best, he said poor Pete because he said no one's wanting poor Pete Best autograph from him.
So on the UK charts, Man-Child is #1. Ordinary by Alex Warren is #2. My favorite song now is #3, Love Me Not by Raven Lene. And Pink Pony Club is at #4 from Chapel Roan.
Pink Pony Club. I don't want to get one down.
I've been hearing Good Luck Babe a lot here on the radio lately here. Our 99.7 here in Louisville, FM. They had a radio remote at the grocery store I used to work at today.
Oh my god.
Alright, do the pumping vinyl, I guess, and then come back.
Pumping Vinyl said, do you guys know Jason Rowe?
Yes, we know Jason Rojas. I've mentioned he knows who I am. And he saw Pink Pony, he saw Chapel Roan in Austin, Texas last year, and he said she puts on one of the best shows that he's ever seen. But he said as soon as Pink Pony Club she started performing Pink Pony Club, he was in an audience of 100,000 people, and he headed for the exits to beat out the crowd.
Mikey said
So hi to Jason Rojas.
Mikey said I never heard one song by Chapel.
You haven't heard Pink Pony Club yet, huh? You said she's a good singer, then how can you say she's a good singer if you haven't heard any of her songs?
Mikey, stop being a hater.
Huh.
The heck?
All right, some other new things that came in. If you're interested in any of these, let me know.
I got one hand hurts.
Got a She Loves You early 1964 picture sleeve on Swan. Had original price tag of 88 cents. That's a tough picture sleeve to find in decent shape.
Chris Lopez said, hey, Mr. Stickermania, the McCartney 2 album I ordered is wonderful, and thank you for the extra album of Bob Dylan live in 1975 in Boston.
That's a bootleg.
Both was amazing.
Yeah. All right, thanks. You're welcome. So
And
you got
Mikey said, you told me and I believe you. That's what he's talking about with
okay.
Chapel.
So the McCartney 2 he bought was a Holland pressing. But I'm glad that for some reason those Holland, Germany, UK pressings on almost all the 1970 pressings, McCartney 2 is a 1980. It's always better to get the import. Revolver, the best stereo pressing ever, a Revolver, is this 1977 Germany pressing. That's not it. I must not have the Revolver in here. That's the UK pressing. Sorry. I think it might be in my record box out there. Revolver, wrong pressing. Made a mistake. What do you think of that, Sticker Kid?
I'm not happy.
Magical Mystery Tour. Let's talk about that audiophile pressing.
I don't like how it's just me and you. It feels weird.
It feels weird.
Yeah.
Magical Mystery Tour. You didn't see it?
Yeah, I got it. Dan Johnson said picked up the Beatles 1973 Horzu German Magic Mystery Tour last week for 125 Canadian locally. Thrilled with this find.
Yep. Here's two German. This is the 1973 Horzu. You can imagine this. It was $5.99 discounted way back in 1973 before everybody realized it was the best audiophile Beatles pressing that exists in the world. And yeah, I'm one of the people that discovered this pressing in the late 1970s. I had my Beatle freaks come over, I played it in the basement, I cranked it up, and they said they'd never heard Penny Lane and a lot of those songs on this album, I Am the Walrus, sound so good as this pressing here. It's got to have the turntable on the Horzu, and it's got to have -1, -3 in the matrices. And then this is made from the same metalwork, the 1977. This is also in the shrink import. These are expensive. These are $300 each. Mikey, do you have a Magical Mystery Tour German pressing yet? Only problem is you need some expensive stereo equipment to play it on. So they say CDs are having a big comeback. Some people have been putting out videos on it, YouTube videos. But Andy Edwards from the UK did a whole video yesterday, and he explained, sure, the CDs can sound really good, but if you have the right expensive sound system and turntable and amplifier, these audiophile pressings, a CD can never match because it's missing the mid-range, the middle, the soul of the music that you hear on these vinyl pressings.
So Brian Parnell's got a question about song. Does the Bonzo Dog Band song Death Cab for Cutie,
that's in Magical Mystery Tour.
is it on any album?
No, it is not on any album. So there's the 1977 best stereo pressing ever of Revolver. You know, the UK pressing, original stereo mix of Revolver isn't that good. Well, they corrected that on this German pressing from 1977. This is the way to hear Revolver. Andrew from Polygram Auction says that Apple should use this as a reference when they make, if they ever decide to make an audiophile stereo mix of Revolver.
You gonna say bye at least if you're gonna leave?
Bye.
Since you won't do a joke on that.
Tell everybody's nice seeing
You
you.
gonna tell everybody
Bye.
Happy Father's Day so you can say,
Happy Father's Day. No.
wow.
Don't touch
So
me.
this, I haven't put this up on my STICKERMANIA 2853 eBay store. Excellent condition Revolver. I played it all the whole way the other day when I was working out on my mini trampoline. This is $150 shipped on the Revolver. And I told you the Magical Mystery Tours were $300 a piece. What other new releases, new items, rivals have I got in?
You want this plastic?
We talked about that. Talked about the Who, Wings Anthology.
The
Oh.
Oh yeah, still got the.
So this lunchbox is somebody reached out that they had one in this shape in Palisades, California. And they said they lost it in the fire last year. And they wanted to know if I would give him a discount on my $2,700 and my $550 thermos. And I said, well, those prices are pretty firm, but I'll give you a $100 discount if you buy both of them. Have to do a Mikey arugula and throw away the bubble wrap inside.
Yeah, but you'll put it right back in later.
Yeah,
'cause it's
then I'll put it right back in there. You don't find lunchboxes. Lunchboxes were made to take to school, and they got damaged on the face plates and on the edges. You can tell this one was never taken to school. Where are we at on time?
We are 9:10.
9:10. What else is on your mind today in the Beatle world? What do you think of Paul's performance with Bruce Springsteen last week, where he did 2 songs, Kansas City and Can't Buy Me Love?
Brad Parnell says, I still have my 2 lunch boxes from elementary school, and they are dinged up and rusty.
Huh. Dinged up and rusty. And and yes, after the Let It Be Naked debacle, I will only buy pressings from around the world that are 1980 or earlier. This is a 2003. The album got auto-tuned. Don't want to hear auto-tune. I guess that might mean that a lot of the remixes have been auto-tuned also, but I'm not for sure. Wallet. I see Mikey's liking to collect now. Mikey Rugula, all the different colors. You got the yellow wallet with the red interior, with all 4 photos, and the comb, and the nail file all in perfect shape.
Kansas City was better, Mikey said.
Yeah, he had a chance to warm up a little bit. Can't Buy Me Love was kind of rough.
You ready?
Yes.
Oh! I timed out someone because they were kind of annoying me.
Let me show that singles poster I found today.
Like, you know
at
someone
the
that
estate
was
center.
doing it?
Pumping vinyl.
No,
Pumping
it wasn't that
vinyl.
one. It was the satin, whatever they want to call themselves. If it was really Satan, but whatever.
Beatles singles. A promo poster from Apple from 2009. This was before the Beatles single box set was released again. It's got picture sleeves from all over the world. Show the Rolling Stones. We got a It's Only Rock and Roll.
KRWD's here. Rich is here.
Who?
KRWD.
No. KRWD Rich.
Comic,
Rich
that's
is in the
where we're at.
house.
Dude.
Paul should have found a better guy to pair up with because Springsteen ain't getting it.
Well, Bruce, I think a person that Paul should sing with would be Sting. I think that would be great.
He should sing with me.
Sting did a great version of God Only Knows the night that Brian Wilson died.
Does Paul like chapel?
Paul probably doesn't. He tried to stay relevant when he did the Taylor Swift, when he performed with her and Rihanna, but I don't. Chappell likes the Beatles, but I don't think Paul Chappell's in his radar.
T-shirt says save.
T-shirt Express says save the package I sent you for the Saturday show.
Okay.
All right.
And then
Yeah, we'll save that for the Saturday show.
Dane Johnson said, do you have any CSNY group for solo?
Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I do have some, but they're not in this room. I will show that next week. So this is a 1974, the Rolling Stone, It's Only Rock and Roll with the hype sticker. Yeah, my buddy Kevin from Kevin Records doesn't understand why I'm so into hype stickers, but I just think when this album was released and the shrink was taken off, most of the hype stickers were thrown away. Like my Revolver and Rubber Soul from 60 years ago that I have hype stickers for.
Were you alive 60 years ago?
I was alive. I'm 71.
Good God, girl, why do you say something like
I want to do a giveaway.
you won't be here for it? You gotta work.
Or till 11:30 at night.
Well, that's good for you.
Heck no.
few other audiophile pressings here on the table. A Rubber Soul -1, loud cut from England. It's a mono cut, the first cutting. There were a lot of complaints about it, so they had to change the cutting 5 times before they got it right.
Brad Purnell said, do you mean wait or you mean second?
Go ahead.
Have you heard anything about movie producer Lee Kramer approaching Paul back in the 70s to do music for Silver Surfer, a movie that never got made?
No, haven't heard that one. This is the Beatles Ballads that was supposed to be the cover for the White Album that Paul didn't like, and then it got shelved for like 12 years and finally was released on the Beatles Ballads. This is the 1980 pressing from Holland of the White Album. That is the best audiophile pressing ever of the White Album, according to my personal opinion, and Andrew from Polygram Auctions and a few other Beatle experts, audiophile experts from England. They've done shootouts and they say the Holland pressing is the one that wins.
Uncle Paul
Dan?
answered it.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, Dan asked what the Rubber Soul hype sticker was. Uncle Paul said it promoted Michelle.
Yeah, promoted. It says the original, that includes the Beatles' original single, original version of Michelle. That's what it says on the hype sticker.
Is that not a song?
Johnny Ramone asking for the price
How
of the
much
Beatles
money
ballad.
for Beatle Ballads?
Beatle Ballads. It's on my STICKERMANIA 2853 eBay store. I sell it for $100 shipped. This is factory sealed.
It has good stickers on it.
Reach out to me if you want to buy it, and I can pull it off of you know where.
eBay.
Audiophile pressing factory sealed from the mid-70s of the Beatles featuring Tony Sheridan. This is in the top 10 audiophile Beatle pressings from around the world. If you want to really hear Paul's bass, because they rolled up, they cut it down a lot on the mix on the US on the 60s pressing, but this Hamburg that was recorded in Hamburg really shine. Paul's playing really shines on it. Sgt. Pepper. This is a first pressing UK stereo -1 tube cut. There's something to be said about these tube cut pressings if you've never heard them before. In 1969, when they got solid state equipment, it changed the sound, the audiophile sound of an album, unless they used the original metalwork from the 1960s like they did on Beatles for Sale.
Daniel wants to know the condition of the prices or the pressings.
The Sgt. Pepper is in hardly any spindle wear. It's probably been played no more than 3 or 4 times. Excellent condition.
Everyone give a like, please, because we're going to
It
have
does not have the psychedelic sleeve because it's a pressing from '68, but it's got the audiophile tube cut pressing.
Give a like for a great
The
giveaway.
Sgt. Pepper is $175 shipped. And those 2 are sealed. We talked about that. And the White Album is a $400 album from Holland. Excellent condition, hardly played.
Give a like, give a like.
We only need 10 more subscribers to get to 2,500.
Give a hoot.
We will make it by Wednesday one way or another. All right, I think I've shown about everything. All my new arrivals.
Yay, I can go party.
Whatever.
So, thanks a lot, Kevin from Kevin Records, that called me about let's show his card.
Yeah, you should
Call me about the estate sale today. If you want to get a hold of Kevin, just pull that up on the internet and his phone number will show right up.
Daniel wants to know, does the Rubber Soul skip?
The Rubber Soul skip. I do not know, but I will test it for him tomorrow.
And then Brad said, after the show, I'm going to post my video of me doing Nobody Loves You when you're down and out from walls and bridges.
All right.
And then Mikey says he'll see you Wednesday.
I'll
All right, we'll
watch
see
it,
you.
Brad.
So everybody check out on Wednesday, June 18th, on Paul McCartney's 83rd birthday. Me and Mikey Rugel at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have every little thing Beatles
And the butcher
episode
cover.
I
number
won't be here.
8.
Sorry, y'all.
And we will have 3 difficult questions to give away. This West Coast peeled third state original authentic butcher cover from June of 1966.
Goodbye.